Hey everybody, it's Josh from Triple Threat Artist again, back to talk about troubleshooting difficult singing situations. Or you could say it another way, troubleshooting difficult singers. So sometimes we get a singer that we're working with, maybe it's ourselves, maybe it's somebody else, and we just have a really difficult situation with sibilance. And sibilance is the S's, the overpronunciation or exaggerated S's in our performances. So I just want to talk about that, and then we also have plosives, which are the hard P's and B's and things like that. They can jump out in certain phrases. So I'm going to talk about different ways to troubleshoot those. And I've got a little prop here. I'm going to use this fun little mic. So one of the first things that I do when I've got sibilance issues is I will angle the mic up or down from where the singer's mouth is. A lot of times we'll just have the mic right in front of their mouth or something like this, right? And you'll find that if you make an S sound with your mouth and move your jaw, the sibilance, the S sound, can actually be directional. If you go, right? Isn't that fun? You can actually kind of point the sibilance or the S sound kind of up if you jut your jaw out, or you can have the S kind of like be pointed down. And different people have different mouth shapes, so maybe their jaw is, a little bit more forward and the S is kind of pointing up, in which case you wouldn't want the mic pointing above their mouth, because that S is just going to go right into that mic. You'd want it kind of down and under so the S kind of flies over, but you still get a solid vocal performance. You're not going to get rid of all the S, you're just going to get it so that the S sibilant sound isn't going directly into the microphone. You're kind of shaving it off a little bit. So just be aware of that kind of thing. The other thing that you can do for both sibilance and if you have plosives with a singer is you can just widen the gap between the mic and the pop filter. I've tried before just asking a singer, can you just stand further back from the microphone? But anybody that sees the mic like kind of far away from them, they like try to over sing, or like they'll like kind of end up creeping back up on it. So I just will set the pop filter the distance away from the mic that I want them to be. Then they can get all up in the pop filter that they want, without actually getting closer to the microphone. For really difficult cases, you could use two pop filters. You could just have them in series, just one right in front of the other. I've only had to do that a couple of times, but that's a tool that we have. And then lastly, there's a tendency for singers to want to get really close up on the mic. They feel like that's making their voice sound more intimate. The thing that we need to be cautious about that is you can end up just picking up more breath sounds and more mouth noises. And so, for example, if you take your hand and put it right up in front of your lips, not touching your lips, but just right up, you can feel the breath coming out of what you're saying. But as you move your hand away from your mouth, you'll notice that you feel less and less of those breaths. And that distance is the maximum, the closest that you want your microphone to be to your singer's mouth, right where you can't feel their breath anymore. And I'm not saying that you need to go up to your singer and just put your hand right up to their mouth and have them talk to you, but you can kind of get an idea of like when you're talking or when you're singing, when do you stop feeling where that breath is? And usually, it's probably about 6 inches, 4 inches, somewhere in there. So those are all of my tricks for troubleshooting difficult singing situations. Let me know if you have any tricks of your own. I'm always looking to pick up new ways to make my vocals sound better right from the source. Have a great one.